Hey, good Friday evening to you folks. How are you? It is good to see you. It is good to be seen by you. And we're going to be jumping straight into Gamma World here in just a few minutes. We got a little bit of a technical tangle. And as soon as I get that sorted out, we'll be going. And of course, I am the one and the only, the Dungeon Delver. You guys know me, you love me, and welcome to the show. This is a little something we do. Sometimes, most of the time, we have a little bit to talk about. You know, we have a little coffee clatch, a little chit chat, a little, you know, a little bit of talking. And this time not. This time not. This time I'm just untangling my headphones and getting them ready because we are ready for some Gamma World. I hope you guys are ready for some Gamma World. I just have to fix the on-screen dice roller, so bear with me for just a second, if you would, please. I hope everybody out there is having an absolutely wonderful time, because I am. Hope your 4th of July went well, and you're doing just fine. So let me just add that back. Just going to add. I think we add browser. And then we do this. And then as our URL, we do this. Whoops. Just taking me a minute here, guys. All right, and let's try that now. Hey, it's a working. All right, that's what's happening. That's what we're talking about. Well, let's just sweep that off the screen. And away it goes. And let us welcome our players. Let us say hello to Yang Yan Zhao playing the one and only Rex Dashington.
Good evening.
Kevin is back as Do Re Mi.
That's all, folks.
Of course, Sapphire Kennick is back as Mercy.
Hey, peeps.
And probably Sane. I'll question that, played by Doomsword Deathmaster. Hello, hello.
Hey, how's it going?
And of course, we can't forget the one, the only Stump. Stump! Played by Tonka Todd.
Howdy.
All right. So, when last we left our adventurers, you were in the happiest place on Gamma Earth, and you were having a bit of a problem with some of the park employees. I think we were at the top of the rotation, and probably Sane had ducked behind a bench to not get perforated. Stump had been flown in various directions, and you're now near the woman. Well, you don't know if she's a woman. She's wearing a white dress, has two tight hair buns on either side of her head, and has just shot probably Sane full of holes. Kevin, let's start with what you're doing at this point.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna perforate the perforators, I guess.
Okay. All right. So that's what's happening. And Mercy, you are struggling to get there to try and bring your crossbow to bear, correct?
Yes, I am.
Excellent. So you're still on the move, but actually by Dex order, probably Sane is going to go first. So you've ducked behind one of the benches What is it you wish to do?
I wish to paratomize them with my laser rifle.
Okay, so you're going to try and shoot the lady with your laser rifle.
Affirmative.
Okay, so go ahead and roll that attack.
That's weapon class 13.
Weapon class 13, that is a 10. And it would probably behoove me if I actually had the Gamma World rules up.
Hey, I used the dice editor over there to just make those myself in like 3 minutes. I forgot that I made these dice. It's pretty neat.
Oh, that's cool. Wait a second. Has it been so long that it's okay? You guys bear with me while I get this open. Where is my
It's been
Gamma
a little
World?
bit. It has been a little bit.
The bad news is I think that the rules are out of print.
The rules are, you're safe now, is what you're saying.
Although I do think you could get a pod of this on drive-through, right? A print on demand.
Yes, that is what I did. That is how I got into Gamma World again. I was like, I should check it out, and they do a pretty good job. I've actually got a physical. If I can't locate this, I'm going to grab my physical copy here.
I was gonna say, grab the box, kick it old school.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't I don't have a I don't have a box set. Okay, well, the PDF has decided to yeet itself off of my computer. So instead of boring the hell out of all two people who are still watching any further, that is, I'm going to grab the booklet. And that is an old
We're
school
going
book.
old school.
Yes. So you rolled a 10.
I did.
That's the poison matrix. And her armor class is that. Let me see. Attacker's weapon class is 10. Armor. That will not hit, unfortunately.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and roll initiative, and I'm going to kick that over to, because I asked you, Kevin, roll, so you go ahead and roll initiative, please.
All right. I got an 18, I think. Oh, wait, that's a 1.
You got an 18. You think that's a 1?
Nice.
All right, let me get this open here. Things are a little. Okay, so she pivots and sees you and realizes that you being in powered armor is probably more of a danger than the badly wounded human, so she will fire at you.
Nice.
And miss.
I'll tell her it's not power armor. It's just it's just inertia armor, you know?
Oh, okay.
You know.
She kind of turns her head slightly and then raises the gun for another shot. Now, I do believe that Rex had been able to close up. What is Rex doing at this point?
Is there someone for Rex to shoot?
Yes, there is. There are many individuals in black and white. You're not sure if it's inertia armor. It's a design you're not familiar with, who are rushing up the walkway towards where you see Do-Re-Mi standing.
Then I will shoot whichever one is closest to Do-Re-Mi.
Okay. That is actually still going to be the woman. So if you want to, if you want to take your shot,
Sure, why not?
all right.
Ooh, 19?
A 19, you will absolutely hit her. So roll your damage. And she had been hit before also. So not bad. We basically have 4, 8, let's see, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. She clutches her stomach, screams, and falls to the ground.
That'll teach you.
Okay. Stump, what are you doing there, buddy?
I'm hiding, screaming, I'm not happy. I'm not happy.
Stump is not in the happiest place on earth. Okay, and Mercy, you're still running across a greensward. You got to climb over these well manicured hedges and that sort of thing. Meanwhile, you can hear these tinny little voices chiding you as you're going along. Please stay on the walkway. Ha ha.
When I come to the last hedge, I'm going to like duck behind it, and I'm going to like peek over and like try to use my bow to like do a Rambo type move.
Okay, it's going to take you a bit to get to the last hedge before you're going to be at the sidewalk near this. So you've got these, I believe it was 4 armor-clad types running up the sidewalk. So we're back at the top of the rotation.
Oh, are they coming between me and the action, or are they all heading to the action?
They're all heading to the action. They're still very far away from you.
Okay, I'll keep heading that way then.
Sorry, buddy, is that causing you some distress there? I didn't realize that had caused him to fall over. Okay. So probably Sane. Doomsword, what is probably Sane doing? You hear a thump, and you look over, and your attacker is lying glassy-eyed on the ground on her back.
Right, and I don't see any other attackers.
No, but you can see a group through your haze of pain. They're moving up the sidewalk towards you, and they're all wearing, as I said, black and white armor of a type that you don't immediately recognize.
Looks like we're gonna have to get out of here, guys.
I never liked this place anyway. This place sucks.
Stump stands up, brushes himself off, and indignantly says, I wish to see the manager.
Okay. Okay. So what is probably Sane doing before we start to roll initiative? What is probably Sane doing?
Well, if it's a encounter type situation, like if they're coming and I can't get the hell out of here, and my comrades or whatever didn't respond to let's get the hell out of here, then I'm shooting one within range.
Okay, well, I mean, you can get the hell out of there. You have total action to do whatever you want before anyone.
All right, and what's that? Up the sidewalk, down sidewalk from where they're coming?
I'm not sure. Do what now?
What do I just run, or can I aren't we at the monorail and that sort of thing that had stopped? Is that where we were?
No. You guys are deep in the park. You're near Tomorrowland.
Yeah, I guess I'll run straight away from the way the enemy is approaching after informing my compatriots that I'm doing so.
Right on. Okay, and how about Do Re Mi?
Yeah, I'm running after him. I'm tired of this.
Okay.
It's not fun. And I didn't get any pie.
No, dear. Okay, how about Rex Dashington?
So if everybody else is kind of if I can find that everyone else is sufficiently away, he's going to run. But if not, he'll stand where he is and take another shot at one of the approaching guys to give the group more time to get out.
Okay, Mercy, you see everybody stand up, and they are basically, you're kind of coming perpendicular towards them, and they're headed this way. So are you?
Oh, I am turning to join them.
Turn it.
On
Turn
the
it
shortest
forward.
trajectory.
Stump, your recently befriended group is headed towards the park exit.
Well, they obviously know where the manager is, so I'm running after them.
Okay. Rex, it's about equidistant at this point. When you see your group leaving, you can stand and fight, or you can turn and run.
I'll run with them.
Okay. Then why don't you go ahead and roll initiative for us? All right, it's an initiative tie, so this is happening simultaneously as you turn and run, presenting the largest target as you do.
Oof.
I see a couple of hits, so let's clear that off.
It came up as 64.
That's a definite hit.
Yeah.
Somebody just had a nuke dropped on them, if that's the roll.
Well, it's a hail of blaster bolts is what it is.
That's the only way to be sure.
All right, so we're going to treat these as laser rifles. And a laser rifle is 9d6, is it not?
It is.
It is.
Wait, a laser rifle is 9d6? I think it's 66.
Sorry, wrong tab. You're correct. It is 66.
It is
I
60.
have one.
Well, that's sufficiently. That's sufficiently different from 9d6, because then it's 2 bolts. So we'll just do 12d6 rather than 18d6. So that's 34 points of damage. Your shield absorbs 25, correct?
I think it's 50.
I think it's 50.
Yeah, mine's 25.
Okay.
I have the inertia armor, and he's got powered armor.
Okay, yeah. So you see your shield level indicator just drop right into the yellow with that.
No, you know what? I'm sorry. I was incorrect. Oh, wait a minute. It says Powered Scout armor absorbs up to 20 hit points each melee turn. So only 20.
Oh, that's not the same armor you had before. Okay.
Yeah, no, he's got different levels of armor.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is 14 points to you.
Ouch.
All right.
Yeah. That stings quite a bit. But you guys are hoofing it out of the
You're
park.
still my hero.
Yeah, they're continuing to pursue you. 2 of them have Well, you guys don't really know what's going on. You still hear the footfalls behind you. So you head out. There's that main thoroughfare that you came down. There's the stand that sold you that tried to sell you the meats on buns. There's the main thoroughfare that has it looks like, ancient times of old Earth, well manicured. And as you're running along, on your left, you hear a door open, and a voice calls out, "Quick, you can hide in here."
Do we get a glimpse of is it like an appendage, an arm hanging out the door? Is there somebody sticking around the door that we can see?
You don't see. Just the door. The door opens and a voice calls out, "Quick, you can hide in here."
Hey, I'm going. We ain't got a better choice. I'll go through there.
Okay. All of you, give me a D20 roll, please.
That was everybody?
Everybody, give me a D20 roll.
Here goes mine.
All right.
$19. Hey, stop screwing with my dice.
Did Stump roll one?
I rolled a heroic 8.
A heroic 8. Okay. Stump and Do-Re-Mi. Is anyone else headed towards the open door?
I'm following. Well,
I'm going to.
Stain guy.
Yeah. I'm on my way there.
Okay.
That's what number said. So I'm going there.
All right. Probably Numbers has dashed through the door. How about Rex Dashington?
Yeah, he'll follow his teammates.
Okay.
What is this smile?
It occurs to you, and it occurs to you probably saying, you recognize that voice. That voice sounds familiar. The rest of you are just like, you can just hear the tromping of those armor-clad feet behind you. So you're just ducking in. Let's roll initiative one more time. You get into the room without a problem, probably sane. So how about Sapphire? You roll initiative, please. All right, the party. You guys make it into the door, and it closes behind you. Now, even though it looks like just a well-painted white wooden door, when it closes, like there is a magnetic thump of it closing. Those of you who are not wearing armor, which I think would be Stump and Mercy, you notice that it is extremely, like outside, it was almost too hot to breathe. In here, it is really comfortably cold.
Oh, this is the happiest place in this place.
And it's like I used to tell the family, the best rides at Disney are any place air conditioned. All right, so you enter the hallway. It is very dimly lit. There are ancient 3D photographs and a few holograms on the rich wood-paneled wall. The floor is carpeted but a little bit threadbare. At the end, there is a narrow flight of stairs that goes up, and you can see a landing.
Okay, so we recognize the voice.
Yeah, you
as
did.
The voice of him.
It was one you'd heard recently.
Okay, so that's what we basically know about it.
Yeah, that's what you know at this point.
All right, so
There's nobody standing in there?
No, there is no one standing in there.
That's a familiar voice. I can't quite place it. What about the rest of you?
I was too busy running. I didn't hear a thing.
Does it sound like that? It wasn't a Yexel, the guy that we shared beer with when we landed.
Oh, the Orlan? No, it did
Yes.
not sound like the Orlan.
All right, well, I nominate Rex Dashington to go first. I'll back you up, bud.
Stumps grabs Rex by the shoulder and says, "Before you go, please let the manager know that the group of us, though we did not come with a Groupon, are very, very upset and we are not happy."
Why don't you tell him yourself, friend? Go on ahead.
That ain't a bad idea.
Well, all right, I will. And he just walks up the stairs.
Is it dark? How dark is it in here?
It's like tasteful lighting, kind of dark. It's not dark like D&D. Hey, you need a torch or you need IR snoopers kind of dark.
All right, cool. Well, I'll follow up, Stump.
Okay.
Smooth
Whatever.
lighting.
All right, so you follow Stump up the stairs, but Stump, as you're going first, at the landing, there's a few comfortable-looking benches. It's not blocking anything, but there's a couple of chrome metallic posts, maybe 1.33 meters tall, and they're pushed together, so they're like right side by side, off in a corner, and there's a velvet rope hanging on each of the posts. To your right, just inside the landing, just beyond the benches, there is a dark wooden door, and there is a brass plaque on the door, and it just has 2 numbers on it. It says 33.
This obviously is where the manager is. Obviously, so I'm going to start beating on the door.
You rear back and bring your fist down on the door, and it just swings right open. And you stumble in. You're looking at a richly appointed room. There is a long wooden bar. There are cozy, intimate booths tucked around here and there. And at the far end of it, silhouetted by a slightly open window, you can see a large form. You can't quite make out any details because it's light out there. It's dark in here. You've got, it's kind of silhouetted. And from over there, not through speakers or anything, you hear the voice say, "I'm terribly sorry about the inconvenience. Please come in. Is there anything I can get you to drink?"
Yes. And Stump will just go sit down at the bar.
Okay. That's fine. What is Rex Dashington doing?
Well, I guess he's going to follow. He is not going to sit down. He's going to stand a little ways back just to see what's up with this guy. But he will act pleasantly.
Okay. It's probably good that you don't sit down. Your powered armor would almost certainly annihilate the wooden stools. What is Do-Re-Mi doing?
I'm going to walk up and see who this is.
All right. Mercy, what are you doing there?
I'm looking around for medical things, and I say, "Do you have any medikits around here? I need some help. I'm injured."
I will let you know what he says to that. What is probably Satan doing, Doomsword?
I'm going to observe from, say, 5 to 7 meters away.
Okay. The voice says, "I'm sorry, young lady, I don't have any medical supplies here. I'm sure there are some in the park. You see, I tried to make provisions for any of my guests' needs. Kevin, as Do-Re-Mi approaches, you realize that this is a multi-legged robot body of some kind. It's maybe a meter off the ground. In the middle of it is a clear cylinder of some kind. And floating in the middle of the cylinder is a head.
Nice.
There's and support things sort of going on. And it is the face that you saw on the hologram statue out there. One of the mechanical arms comes at you with a with just a very faint mechanical whirring and extends outward and says, "Greetings, my friend. Welcome to Walt Disney World. I am your humble host, Walter Disney."
Now, put my hand out there and say, I was told there was going to be some pie, and try to shake his hand.
Okay, yeah, it's just a mechanical manipulator. You shake his hand and he says, "I'll see if the auto chef can send something up from the kitchen. I haven't tasted good pie in, almost 500 years now." So yeah, walking out of the shadows in the far end of the room, there is. Do you guys have seen service bots? From before the fall, with bodies that look like this, but never one that had kind of a cybernetic head in some kind of fluid. It's kind of ghastly looking, but the expression on his face is munificent. And he walks over, extends a finger, and plugs it into a socket at the end of the bar and says, "What can I get for you, sir?" To Stump.
Stump looks at him and just says, "Yes, that sounds wonderful."
I see. That you hear kind of a whirring and that sort of thing, and popping up, its little brass door irises open, and in front of Stump there is a glass of ice water with some thin slice of yellow fruit stuck on the edge of the glass.
Yep. Stump is definitely popping the whole fruit in his mouth and sipping the water.
Okay, the fruit, it instantly draws your cheeks in. It is so sour. It's not bad. It depends on Stump's, like for sour things, but it is the most sour thing you've ever eaten. And the water is ice cold. In fact, there are chunks of ice in it. At least you think it's chunks of ice. Stump has never seen ice before. But anyway, the water is freezing cold and goes down well.
They didn't give him any like pink packets or whatever.
No.
Back in the restaurant business, we might have called that like a Disney daiquiri or something.
Nothing like that, no.
Any booze on that wall?
There are many, many bottles on the wall. There are some that are so dark you can't see through them. Some that are clear and you can see brown liquid in them. You're not sure. And he says, is there anything anyone else would like?
I'd like your finest spirit. Vintage,
Go with this. Let's do the single malt. At this age, it might be nice.
Okay. Of a very similar design to his mechanical body, you see arms begin to reach out from under the bar, and it's pulling down things and pouring little glasses and setting drinks up. Rex, is there anything you or Kevin you're asking for?
Do you have any? I think they called it Kolar.
One of the robotic arms brings up something. It's on the end of a kind of a strange silvery rope. A glass with ice is brought up to it, and fizzy brown liquid fills the glass, and it is handed to you. And as he's watching this, Sophila says, "Please feel free to take your spacesuits off. You are quite safe in here."
Yeah, I'm fine, thanks.
I've heard that before. Rex will open the face shield, but he'll stay in.
Okay. All right. Well, the drinks are entirely delicious. After about 10 minutes, there's a ding and a larger opening on the bar. Iris is open, and a small plate rises up. There is a 6-inch pie on it, or at least you think it is. There's no crust on top. It's kind of a uniform yellow-greenish color. There's a thin slice of fruit similar to the one that was on the glass that Stump got, but this one is dark green. And he looks at you and says almost apologetically, "You didn't specify, so I decided to go with a Florida favorite. You know, I built my second park here in Florida because the atmosphere and the year-round good weather and all the space we could expand into, but I must admit, I have an affinity for key lime pie. I hope you enjoy it as much as I do, or did."
I'll eyeball it. Is there a fork or something to eat with?
Yes. There.
Okay.
Well, that folded up next to it, there's a cloth tube.
Okay, I'll look at the cloth tube.
Okay.
I'm ignoring him. I'm taking my finger, I'm sticking it in, and I'm tasting a bite.
All right, now I'm mad. I'm picking the plate up and I'm throwing it. God damn it, or whatever. You know.
Wait, you
I had to make sure it was safe for you.
Yeah. I've been waiting for 10 minutes to see if anybody threw up from the drinks. I was pretty sure it was okay.
All right, so you literally throw the
I
just
throw
like
the plate. It was like, yeah, I like.
okay.
No
He seems kind of startled and goes, "Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Was there something wrong with it?"
Yeah, somebody stuck their finger in it before I took a bite. Do you have one of these that doesn't have fingers? Or maybe I could get some scissors to prevent the fingers from touching the stuff.
I'll have another one sent up immediately. I'm so sorry. Okay, so
I'm going to sit where that came up. I'm going to sit right above the area that opened. I'm going to put my arms around it and my head down.
I'm grabbing the one I claimed, and I'm gonna go off to the side, and I'm gonna offer it to everybody, including Tori me. But he's like snooty. Oh my god!
Yeah,
it is.
Sticking my tongue out, so when it comes up, I'm licking it immediately.
The one that Dory threw the plate, so like it splattered against the wall. Like other robot arms are coming out and cleaning it up, and he says, "I must admit, you're a strange group of park guests."
Says the fourth
So
robotic.
I apologize.
I'm going to the wall, and I'm like pulling it off the wall, and I'm licking it just cause.
My friend was raised by wild animals. I'm sorry about that.
I have a movie about that. Perhaps you've heard of it. It's called The Jungle Book.
I haven't seen it.
I have not. Tell me some more, please.
He rattles off some information about this story. You're not sure what the specific details are, but it sounds like an enchanting tale. Just not to be a spoil sport there, Sapphire. But when Mercy gets over to the wall, like there's already robot arms cleaning this up. There's nothing to lick unless you want to stick your tongue into whirlwind of mechanical arms. Shortly thereafter, another.
I give Do Re Mi an evil look and I sit down and I say, "Yeah, can you put another pie order in,
Again,
please?"
I'm sticking my tongue out at her and waiting for the pie to come up so it hits my tongue before it gets up all the way.
All right. The pie comes up, your tongue dips into it. It's delicious.
Okay.
Not for nothing, but you're gonna have to forgive her. She thought he wasn't real on the bubble car and jumped out last time we tried to go somewhere.
I see. Well, I suppose I owe you all something of an apology. You see, insofar as I understand, when I passed away many, many years ago, the company that I was in charge of, Walt Disney World Enterprises, took it upon itself to preserve my body. And apparently they put in place some kind of protocol that if ever there was a great disaster in the park that required my immediate attention, if the technology existed, I could somehow be revived to help them out. As I look through the records, I understand it almost happened in the year 2023 when an evil, evil man seized control of the company and used its profits to buy dozens of other media companies and then run their products into the ground, and it very nearly breakfast. Fortunately, saner heads prevailed, and I was left to my eternal sleep. But when I woke up 100+ years ago to the disaster that had befallen humankind, I immediately initiated a program, something that I'd harbored deep in my heart. Well, where my heart used to be, for years, even before I passed away, I knew that that the government of Russia or China would potentially someday do something terrible and destroy this great nation of ours. And so, starting here from my park, if it remained, because you see, I tried to make this a place of happiness and joy, something that no one could ever want to destroy with a nuclear weapon. I would begin to rebuild the earth as best I could, using the best technologies available to me at the time. And, well, you see, I initiated that. First, I put the inside of the park to right, and I ordered the remaining Imagineer robots to put things back together as they should be, so that the folks weary of war and reconstruction could come here and lay aside their burdens and experience joy and happiness as they had during the time when I had a fleshy body. Unfortunately, shortly after then, I found that self-aware animatronics were cut loose in the outside world. They invaded the park, and instead of it being a place of happiness, it was turned into a death trap. Any humans who came in were poisoned, shot, electrocuted, microwaved, drilled through, torn to pieces, poisoned. Did I mention that they were shot? A few of them drowned. They left the maintenance systems alone because they seemed to be perfectly okay with the park being kept in good measure. And if they know about me, they've never done anything about me. But I'm not created for war and destruction. I'm created for the purpose of making people happy and filling their lives with joy. I could do nothing to stop them as I watched in horror over the decades as they committed their foul deeds. I tried to warn you when you came in, but they cut my communication systems.
Kind of sounds like we've been there, done that, have the t-shirt.
Yeah, I'm here to kick ass and take names, so sounds like we got the same plan.
Well, you've done a wonderful job with the inside of the park. How can we help you out, Walt?
I don't know how many of these dreadful animatronics are loose in my park. I did notice, unfortunately, that you did some violence to one of the statues at the front of the park. Please try not to break anything else. I don't have that many maintenance bots left, and it's quite a burden to get them repaired when they break down, much less keep the park maintained.
I'm pretty sure that was the FNG that did that.
I'm sorry, the F and G?
Yeah, that's just what we call him. I point over his thumb.
Oh, I see. Well, I don't believe that the animatronics loose in the park can enter this area. This was quite an exclusive part of the park, you see, when I designed it for enthusiasts who were most interested in experiencing the park in a new and exclusive way. I called it Club 33. He's kind of waving his mechanical arms around as he goes in on this. There are other sciences that I've had time to put my mind to understand, new technologies I've invented that I'm sure could benefit the entire world again, because you see, it's a small world.
Go on.
After all.
Indeed. I may not be able to fix what's wrong with the world at large. I've attempted to tap into satellites. There are none operational that I can reach. I've tried to reach out to our sister park in Anaheim. That communication has been cut. We had one in Tokyo, one in China, one in France. You're not sure what these things or places are he's talking about.
You know anything about you know anything about meds or energy refills, anything like that? Surely there's charging stations in this place.
One of the things I discovered when I was revivified was that prior to the terrible disaster that beset mankind, a self-sustaining fusion plant was installed at the heart of this very theme park that you are in now.
Is it that circular thing over there or what?
Oh, no. You see, it had to service not just the Magic Kingdom, but Walt Disney Studios, Epcot, and, of course, Animal Kingdom. It lies at the epicenter, our physical facilities just outside the park, but in the middle of all of the parks. There, you can find all sorts of power sources that you might be able to recharge any of your electronics, such as camcorders or cassette players. He kind of throws in anachronisms like that periodically.
Are there any, perchance, like, say, underground tunnels to get over there or anything like that?
Yes, I use them to move around, although I have unfortunately seen the malfunctioning animatronics using them from time to time as well. I've managed to stay hidden and undiscovered.
Thanks.
Here, let me provide you with a map. He brings out reaches over into a cabinet and unfolds a brightly colored poster that is very impractical looking in terms of measuring distance, but it does kind of give you relative directions. Hang on. There's the Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Animal Kingdom, Disney Studios, and again, it all looks terribly twee. As far as guiding you, young lady, I'm afraid this mechanical body, while ideal for supporting me, is not fitted for the rigors of dealing with rogue animatronics. I'm afraid I would be destroyed in the heat of combat. That's not my way, you see, but I can give you the best decorations possible. And if you have some kind of communication device, you can call me right here. And he points at a wedge, sort of angular wedge-shaped red box that has a circular dial on it that's perforated with a series of holes around its edge and some kind of elongate part on top.
Would you have a communication device for us to take with us?
Well, Rex has a communication device in his suit, and he's going to try to ring up Walt.
Okay, give me a D10 roll for Rex, please.
All right.
So you are trying to tap into the network. What is Yeah, you're just getting static right now. What is Stump doing while all this is going on?
Stump was fascinated that pies come up out of the counter. So this whole time he's just been going pie. And when one comes up, he shoves the whole thing in his mouth. And then with the mouthful, he says pie again. And he's just been having a one-man pie eating contest.
Okay, you've gotten through 2 pies. It does take a little while to prepare, but they've been identical, smooth, creamy, tangy, less tangy than that yellow thing that you ate by far. But yeah, they're quite good and quite filling. How about Kevin? What is he doing?
I'm just trying to figure out what he's doing here, right? I mean, I'm just trying to figure out how is he floating or is he walking?
No, he's walking.
Okay, so the legs are a meter tall, is what you're saying.
Well, the whole assembly of him from floor to ceiling, I guess from the bottom of his foot pads to the top of the tank that the head is floating in is about, say, 1.33 meters.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean,
see,
like Rex, I'm intrigued by his offer to assist with the animatronic issue. So I'll pursue talking about that if I get the opportunity.
Okay.
Stump blurts out, "Do we get paid in pie?"
Young man, if you can help me make the Magic Kingdom shine again, why, I'll see to it that the park attendants know that you're welcome to as much pie as you'd like in a single setting. But remember, we also have many other nutritious items in our various menus.
Probably would like to make his way back to the door that closed behind us and make sure it opens back up.
Okay. There's it's kind of a complex looking handle, but you think you can sort it out. So yeah, Rex, you're getting like nothing but static.
Can Do-Re-Mi help him out?
You're asking him for him to help?
Yeah, Do, you think you can tune my radio?
Sure, I guess I'll look at the red box and see if there's something on there useful to read. If not, then I'll just see if I can adjust some dials or whatever for Rex's suit.
Okay. The box itself is it's inscrutable. The dial is made of some clear substance. There are numbers in each hole around the way. There's a little silver, it looks like a gun trigger down by the numbers, and underneath that there is a faded slip of paper under what appears to be a little piece of acrylic. You can't read it. It said something, but you can't read it now. Give me a D10 roll.
Okay. Is it attached to anything, or is it just loose?
The red box?
Yes.
Oh, there is a red cord that goes from it to the wall.
That's a 2.
That's a 2. Yeah. Okay. So you're like, okay, all right. This is an acoustic magnetic switching system. Let me just clip a couple of lines to that red cord. Give me another roll.
Right. That's a 3.
Okay. You hear kind of a steady buzzing sound. Now you've definitely tapped into the comms. Give me one more roll.
That's a 1.
Okay. There is a click, and you hear a rhythmic chiming coming from the red box.
Okay.
Walt trundles his mechanical body over and picks it up and says, "Thank you for calling the happiest place on earth." And you hear that in the room, but those of you with radios also hear it in your comms.
Great job, Doe.
Yeah, I think we got it.
Excellent.
And, I say, I did have this Captain Crunch whistle, but I guess we don't need it. So
yeah. You don't have to initiate handshake.
how many trunks is this? No. Yeah. So yeah, we'll. I guess I'll tell everybody to put their radios to that if they haven't.
I used to be able to whistle at 2600 hertz. I could make a modem pick up.
Yeah, I was talking to somebody about strapping that to the bottom of somebody's vehicle just for fun. What? So we know how to he was able to make the call from his suit to the phone, or was it the other way?
It just works now. You're basically on the communication net, and you're able to call into the landline. Just repeat yourself. It's just a game.
It's easy, right? So VoIP and analog telephony adapters.
Yeah. Sure. All right, so you've tapped into the communication system there in Disney, and Walt has told you that if it's power and recharging, you've got stuff that needs. There's the physical plant.
Had we seen this building or been near it before?
No, you had not. And it is kind of centric if you sort of picture, at least on the map where he's indicating roughly, it would sort of be in the middle of these other amusement park type areas.
Is there, I'll ask him, is there any kind of help we could get should we come across some unfriendly, I don't know, let's just call them what you call them, animatronics on the way? Or is there some special number or code or something that will turn them off? Or have they gone completely out of control?
Oh no! They're not part of the Magic Kingdom. They were interlopers. They came afterward.
Oh.
I thought at first because they looked like people. I assumed they were people. I welcomed them in. I through the voice message systems, like the one that used to be towards the front. I asked them all to enter and make themselves at home, but they made their way to various control systems. And as I said, they've ambushed all those who've come in since then.
Yeah, we've had problems with these people, these types of beings before. They're not the most friendly. So we have permission. Should we have to interact with these to disable them in any way we see fit?
Unfortunately, if you cannot convince them to enjoy the park as normal, then yes, I'm afraid so.
Okay.
Murder the robots, right?
That's such an ugly word, though.
Self-defense killed robots.
That's slightly
Right.
better.
Okay.
Inactivated.
Okay, so Stump, you're working on pie number 3 and you're getting full.
Outstanding.
If there's another
Um,
pie, I'm yanking it from him.
Well, I mean, he's working on the 3rd pie, so if you want to take that from him, it's up to you.
For
I
Stump,
look at
this
him and
is
I
the
say,
pious
"That
place
is
on Earth.
mine. You're done, bud. You're done."
Stump will try to break the pie in half and dump the innards out of one half into the other, and then hand her the empty shell.
All right, so the crust is fairly crumbly, so what you end up handing her is a handful of wet graham cracker crumbs with key lime pie filling. You just kind of
Just as God intended.
I take it from him and I give him an evil glare and I say, "There better be a full one on the way. Honestly, come on."
all right. So the pie aside, what are you guys doing?
Well, Rex is going to mention to Walt, Walt, I've been to the moon.
Have you? That's fascinating. We have quite an exhibit on space travel and the future of humanity in the solar system in Tomorrowland. Have you been there?
We were right by there. It was not the happiest place on Earth.
Is that
Perhaps
the
after
ride that takes off?
Well, young man, of course it is. It's an entertaining simulation of the sensation of flight through the stratosphere. Yes.
That was my favorite part.
I'm certainly glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah, we almost died. But yeah, that's not here or there. I'm going to wander and see if I can find probably somewhere. I know he left. And I'll let him know that we got clearance to do what we have to do here. Not that we needed it.
Okay.
We don't need no stinking badges.
So, probably sane. That brown drink that they serve you, that is like the smoothest, best tasting. It is good. It is really good.
Nice.
But as far as the door goes, yeah, there's like it is a not complex, but very well made mechanical bolt system. That looks like it somehow works with magnets that you could probably open and let yourself out the door.
It doesn't appear like we got locked in here or any other sort of skullduggery or anything like that.
It is shut and the lock is closed, but it also doesn't it's not just like a smooth metal door, is what I'm saying. You could probably
Right.
open the lock and let yourself out.
Yeah, they call you Walt, right? How about you open this door for me so I can peek around the corner?
Please do be careful.
I'm always careful. Can't you see my forehead?
Yes, you hear like 8 soft thuds, and you see the door just ever so, like a millimeter. It opens.
All right. Well, I'll reach my left hand fingers in there and
Okay.
slide it to the right, assuming that's the direction that it goes.
It just swings on hinges, and this door
Oh,
is a lot heavier. Do you immediately get the idea that the wood finish on it is on top of something much stronger, much sturdier?
right. So this could almost be like a safe room.
Yeah.
For all intents and purposes.
Right.
Right. But it
are-
swings open. Okay. I'm not going to open it all the way. Just want to push it a little bit.
Okay, enough so you can see out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the idea.
There are two of the white armor clad figures. They see you and raise their blasters, and you can actually hear one of them say, "There's one set for kill." You can go before them, you can close the door, you can take a shot, just whatever you want to do.
Yeah, well, I'm closing that immediately.
Okay.
Walt, shut the damn door.
And you can very faintly hear blaster bolts pinging off the other side of the door.
Yeah, we got a couple of your animatronics outside. What do we do now, man?
Well, inside my private office, there actually is a fire escape. You can go out and then go down the back into an employees only area.
Man, I got half a
Maps?
mind to open the door and stick you out there.
You have
What-
maps from the employees only area to a safe zone so we can get further out.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't need a pass. You should just be able to follow the signs.
So, are we employees? Is that what you're saying?
If you're paying in pies, I vote yes.
You're doing a great favor for the Magic Kingdom.
So we're contractors then.
If it suits you, yes.
Man, I just ain't getting killed by your crap. That's all I know.
I
Can
assure you, they're not employees of mine.
can Rex by any means like scan these maps and put them in his suit's navigation system?
Sure.
All
Your
right.
navigation system is just like JavaScript null, open parens, zero, close parens. When it tries to put these into the navigation system, it'll take a picture of them, but it's like, yeah, it's not navigating by this.
Well, I guess to the fire escape then.
Yeah. Sure. So,
Yeah, man, this Club 33 ain't so special after all, is it? I'm coming back for you.
Grabbing a
Something
pie
happened
to
to me.
go.
Before Stump leaves, he's going to give one of his clubs to Walt, and he's going to say, "Just in case."
I thank you, my friend. He kind of waves
Gonna
it.
grab a bottle from the wall before I leave.
You're actually stopped. The robot arms like just kind of gently push you back away.
It's medicinal.
you know, it only took Walt 100 years to get in here. So we should be thankful. The waiting
All
list
right.
is quite large. Yeah, I guess.
Okay, those of you going out the back, I know that Do-Re-Mi said he is Rex, I'm sorry, is probably Sane going out there?
Yeah.
All right.
Not much of a choice.
Safer than the front
Okay.
door. Yeah.
And what about Stump and Mercy?
Oh yeah, Stump's ready to go. He's ready to go have some more fun now that he's had some pie and some water and whatever that yellow torture device was.
Mercy's following if there's anything to collect on the way, and before she like completely leaves, she's gonna see if there's any medikits to grab, because, I mean, opportunity.
There are not. No.
All right. I mean, if I can grab a bottle, if I can grab a pie, I'm taking it.
Unless Stump didn't eat one, or unless Do-Re-Mi ordered one and didn't eat it, the pies are gone, and the bottles, like I said, the robots will politely prevent you, or the robot arms politely prevent you from picking up a bottle from behind the counter.
I'm sticking to MREs. That stuff's just too sweet.
All right.
Giving him a dirty look, and I'm moving on.
Okay, so once you get down the fire escape, you are standing in an open area that is faced by several similar looking white concrete buildings, and you're standing on a worn white concrete surface. There's a few rusted piles of metal here and there, but otherwise this place is as well kept up as on the other side of the buildings. Faded signs on the wall basically say, there's one that says Tomorrowland's employees AA-AF, and it's got an arrow pointing that way. There's one that's indicates employee parking. There's another that indicates tunnel system.
There's not one that says power plant or something that he had mentioned.
No, not that you see immediately.
Let's hop in that tunnel system. What do you think?
Yeah, maybe there's less of those jackasses down here.
He said there were some, but maybe there's less.
Oh, I'm sure there's less.
Sounds reasonable.
You were also sure it was a good idea to stick your finger in a man's pie.
I didn't like that, by the way.
Yeah.
All right, so you walk for about half a kilometer. You don't really encounter anything as you're going along, and set against a rise in the earth, there is a closed door, and a sign over it says "Employees Only." And this is what following the path for the signs that said tunnel system this way.
Well, that's us now.
That's right. Yeah.
Alrighty, so you've got a closed door in front of you. Who wants to attempt to open?
We're employees. Will you please open?
The door, upon hearing this, reflects on your new employee status, but does not say anything. It is silent on the topic of your recent employment.
How rude. I'm going to try to figure out how to open the door.
Give me a D6 roll.
Okay. D6. Let me use the black dice. Oh, it's rolling 2D6. Well, it doesn't matter. 1 or 2.
There you go. Yeah. Turn handle, pull door. There's a whoosh of cool air, and you're looking at a slight set of stairs down and a dimly lit vestibule in front of you.
Well, let's head down these stairs, employees.
Snoopers on.
I got my cross. I got my bow out, and I'll follow.
Okay.
Stump says, for some reason, I feel as if I should say, hi ho, hi ho. It's off to work we go.
Now you need us a pick, and you'd be set.
Hey, for some reason, I think you shouldn't have said that. How about that?
Too late.
So, is it right enough to go down the stairs without falling on my face?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. No, I'll go down the stairs looking ahead, trying to see as I go down, further down, into that landing or whatever it is down there.
Okay. All right. So you go forward. Rex, in your power armor, you can see that you are moving to the northwest. And you move forward maybe a couple of 100 meters, and you come to a branch that turns due north and one that turns due west.
We can go north or west.
On your map, Rex, does it show which one is the power plant or near the power plant?
Does it?
No. Again, the best it could do is take a picture of it. That was not that was a map for ancient people traveling on foot or by ancient ground vehicles.
And I'm sure it had nice cartoon features, right?
Yes. Very cartoony.
Well, which path do you guys want to take? West? Northwest?
The cartoony features in that, did they have like text behind it that might indicate where we may want to go eventually?
Well, he pointed out the power plant, right?
Well, he pointed to the middle of the different parks and said it's somewhere in between them all. But there's nothing on that cartoony map. I mean, think about it. When you've been to Disney, there've never been like, see the Disney, physical plant where we handle all of our sewage and power production.
That's probably the one place there I'd want to see.
Is there a space that's not indicated on the map that they would want us to avoid?
There's nothing on the map that indicates the location of the power plant.
But it was northwest of where we were at.
Mm.
Right? Northwestish.
Northwestish, yes.
So there's not like a space between like the different territories in that might say, oh, there's a gap here. Maybe you belong here.
Yeah, I guess we'll go northwest, I guess, unless somebody has a better answer.
Well, there's north or there's west.
I'm sorry, north. We'll go. Let's go north then. The heck.
Stump wets his finger, sticks it in the air, and says, "I concur."
All right. So this corridor, and it's pretty wide. You can all walk abreast in this corridor, no problem. Occasionally, you pass a pile of clothes on the ground. Sometimes a huddled up group of skeletons, which is kind of grim. But about 50 meters or so down, there is a wooden door. It is closed, but over it is a sign that says Main Street Break Room.
Oh, we're employees. We get every break room and employee-only entrances at this point.
I wonder what they do in there. Do we want to look at the break room, or do we want to move on?
Whatever you want, I'll cover you.
Go for it, Doe. Open the door for us.
Does it have the same handle as what I saw before, or is it something different?
No, it doesn't have anything like that. It is smooth, and there is a very worn brass plate about midway up the door. It's about 20 centimeters wide and maybe twice that high.
I'll touch the plate.
Okay. The door nudges slightly when you do that.
Oh, okay. I'll try to push it using the plate.
Okay. The door swings open.
So it swings out away from us?
It swings away from you. Okay. Yes.
All right.
So the door swings open, And none of you are surprised. There is a barricade of wooden tables that are set up in a semicircle. And on the far side of it, you see a group of batters. There are 15 batters, and they see you and begin to hiss and shake weapons at you and growl. A couple of them are hefting up many of them are hefting up crossbows. So what is probably Satan going to do there?
Take the last shot out of the laser rifle before reloading.
Okay. All right, go ahead and take your shot.
All right, here we go. Come on, man.
Burns a hole in the far wall. Okay, what is Rex Dashington going to do?
Well, he's going to say, sorry, guys, I think we're in the wrong room. We'll just go this way.
Okay, what is Mercy going to do?
If I have the option, I'm going to reach over and close the door.
Okay. Kevin, you are right there. You are in front. Everyone is behind you.
Yeah, I mean, if I can't grab onto the plate to pull the door shut, I'm going to yell batters and back out of the doorway, hoping it closes itself.
Okay. Well, it's already kind of started to ease back in a little bit, so you think maybe it's on some kind of a mechanism that shuts it after it's been pushed open. Probably Sane has already taken a shot. What is Stump doing?
Stump's going to draw his sword and charge in, yelling, "Break time's over."
Oh my. Okay. Let's go ahead and roll initiative. And I think Doomsword, go ahead and roll initiative. I got a 3. You also got a 3. So it's
Yes,
initiative high. You're letting the door close, and suddenly it's slammed back open as Stump pushes past you, yelling, "Break time's over," charging at the batters. Stump, to make yourself so prominently known. 4 batters take crossbow shots at you, and they all miss.
Brilliant.
You spend the rest of your round rushing up. There's the wall of tables between you and them. So those of you that were pulling the door shut, your newfound buddy Stump is in the room. What are y'all doing?
So the door's still open?
Yes,
Okay.
the door opens easily enough that when he came running past you, he just kind of brushed it out of his way and ran over there with his sword and was being shot at by the batters with their crossbows who missed.
Didn't I have a grenade?
You do have a grenade. You do have a grenade. I believe it's a photon grenade, but
Yeah. Well, it's. Do I know what happens when a photon grenade goes off?
have
I witnessed it before? I don't recall witnessing it.
I actually think that that you've witnessed what goes on with a photon grenade before, and also this room is probably such that everybody would get caught in the photon grenade blast.
Everybody, including us, or
Yes.
everybody in the room?
So a photon grenade, instant death to all beings not protected by force fields or energy shields.
Okay, yeah.
I mean,
That
a
sounds
radio,
great,
so-
but we'll save it for another day.
33 feet.
Okay. Damn it. That would have been nice to throw and close the door. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna draw my slug thrower and try to shoot.
Okay, probably Sane, what are you doing?
Right. So the door is open a little bit behind me. That guy's up in front of me, right up in the fray. I mean, I've got to reload. I've got to reload anyway, so I may as well do that.
All right, so you slapping you battery. What is Mercy doing? Mercy said she was dragging the door shut, but now Stump has charged into the room and is entering the fray with the more than dozen batters.
So situationally, the rest of the group is out. The door is open.
Mm-hmm.
Stump is in with the batters.
Correct.
Do I have the ability to grab the door and close it?
You can reach up and grab the edge of it and pull it shut if you want to. There's no handle or anything out here.
Am I going to get in the middle of gunfire and such if I do so?
Lots of people are kind of crammed in the door. You may.
If I think I can safely do it, I'm closing the door. If not, I'm backing off and going to grab my longbow and kind of stay back, but try to take a shot.
Okay. Well, Do-Re-Mi is bringing his weapon to bear, and he's standing in the door, so you wouldn't be able to shut it completely anyway. So probably falling back with the bow is your better bet.
All right, I'll do it. But
Okay.
I'm giving Stump the evil eye, you dumb shit.
All right. Well, you're doing it at the back of his head. So, and what is Rex Dashington doing?
Is there anything near Rex, like a table or chairs or something like that?
Not as such, no.
Rex is going to yell to Stump and and the rest of everyone, and he'll say, "Come on, let's get out of here."
All right, Stump, you are now closed into melee, but your buddy Rex is saying, "Let's get out of here." There are easily a dozen angry batters standing in front of you. What do you wish to do?
Well, if I turn and run, they're going to shoot at me, right?
Yes, but if you stand there, they're going to shoot at you too.
Decisions. Well, if they're running, I'll turn, I'll just turn on heel and run back out.
Okay. All they can do is shoot. They can't pursue you to stab you in the back as you run, but they will shoot. There are many more that are going to be taking a shot at you. Let's go ahead and roll initiative then. Kevin, roll initiative for us, please.
This time just one dice.
Okay. So, seeing you turn on your heel and flee, a bunch of batters are going to shoot at you. So what do we got? I see one hit. I can't see what's under that. That is a 4, so that's a miss. What is Stump's armor class? Did we say?
He has plant armor class 6.
Okay, so you're AC 6.
Yeah, he has plant fiber armor that looks like a Hawaiian shirt.
They just insisted on giving you a bright red bird of paradise covered suit of armor. I wonder why.
It's because I'm special like that.
That's right. So let's see. Crossbow. So that's class 9. Your armor class 6. The 20 definitely hits you, but I did have some 14s. Oh yeah. So you're taking some crossbow bolts to the back there, good buddy. Sorry.
It's okay. I still love you, Bill.
Take 16 points of damage as your back is perforated by crossbow bolts.
He yells, "Son of a, that's going to leave a mark."
Thump, 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 thump. You are now on the other side of the room. Hat Rack has dived out of the room, and the door is slowly being shut, and you can hear tables being kicked over and batters scrambling to get over their barrier at you guys. So, top of the order, you have got your blaster loaded. The door is shut, probably saying, "What are you doing?"
I'm out. I'm sorry for that guy that ran in there, but whatever.
Okay. Well, he's now standing next to you, so he's not he's not more. You can go back to the south and then to the west, or you can just continue north.
Right. So the way we came in was from the north or to the north?
From the south.
Yeah. Right, from the south. Yeah. I'll go that way to the north.
All right, so you're headed to the north. Okay, you take off and start trucking. Kevin, what's Do-Re-Mi going to do in the new round?
I'm going to. So he's made out and the door's shut. So I'm going to follow up on the path to the north.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep looking behind me to see if somebody comes out of that room as we go.
Rex, what are you doing?
Rex will, seeing that other people are getting out of the room, he will retreat with the others. Although he'll keep his rifle, kind of at the ready, but he's retreating.
Okay. Stump, what are you doing in the new round?
Stump is thinking that the bolts in his back is helping him run faster.
Speed holes. You have speed holes in your back.
He doesn't have to put his arms back to Naruto run now.
Oh, that's exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, since you like it, we ain't fixing it.
Okay, and what about Mercy?
Oh, she's going with the group, and she's totally in agreement with numbers.
Okay, then let's see. Stump roll initiative for us, please. That is a big D6.
All right, here we go. And that is a... Well, roll, dadgummit. How about a D6, Todd? How about you do that? Ooh, okay, I promise I'm going to get it this time. I promise.
Okay.
Ooh, I rolled a 6.
Okay, party goes trucking up the hallway. On your right, as you move, first of all, the batters will basically get to the door as you guys go as fast as you can. Now, you come to a 4-way intersection, not but maybe 5 or 6 meters down from this door. You can keep going north. You can go to the west. You can go to the east. But just on the other side of the intersection, you see an opening and an arrow pointing at an angle upward, and it says Stairway 22 to MD7.
And that's to the other side means directly in front of us, like we cross the intersection, continue the direction we're going.
Yes, you would cross the intersection and it would be on your right, just on the other side of the intersection.
That's a tough choice. I'm turning left.
Okay. Kevin, what about Do Re Mi?
Yeah, I'm gonna follow. Yeah. This is
All
where
right,
the group's going. I'm going as well.
Rex?
Rex is following as well.
Stumpy.
Naruto running like a champ with everybody.
Okay, and Mercy.
Oh, she's totally going left with the group.
Okay. So yeah, this is about maybe 100 meters or so long. This is a long tunnel. On the right-hand side, you see a door similar to the one you just left, except it's got a window halfway up it, and the lettering above it, very festive-looking lettering. It says personnel. And on the left, you've got a door that does not have a window and equally festively labeled. It says lockers.
Yeah, can stopping them for a brief moment. Do one of those doors open? Like, can I face the lockers door and have it open?
That actually has a box with a thin horizontal slot.
Okay, if either of them or if neither of them open, then I'm continuing to run.
Okay. The one marked personnel, if you push on it, it actually swings open.
All right, so I tap my hand on it, I guess, and it opens, and
You just
dipping
kind of
in there.
shove it. It eases open a little bit.
Yeah, I'm dumping in there.
Okay. Just for simplicity's sake, is everyone following probably Sane as he dives into the personnel office?
Yep.
Yes.
Sure, we're employees, so yes.
Okay. This room has lights on, although a couple of them are flickering. There's a skeleton or two slumped down on some comfortable looking seats. If the batters are in pursuit of you, they do not dip in here. There are a few desks around this room. Sort of in the center of it, there's a round desk. But on the desks that are sitting around the room, there are the ancient boxes that have the multiple buttons in rows on them. You recognize these things. They're the ancient communication and information devices.
Joe, this is your job. I kick a skeleton off and I sit down.
Is it like the kiosk we saw, or are these like the ones we saw in the medical building before that?
These are like the ones you saw in the medical building.
Okay.
Stump's going to try to loot the skeletons.
Okay. Let's see.
Bar up that door, man, too. Come on. We don't need them people coming after us. People, fools, whatever.
All right, so let's see. Let's see. Stump.
I'm hoping I get lucky and we get a card off one of them.
Okay. Well, that counts. So let's see.
Looks like there's an unlucky and a lucky in that set.
Wow. Okay.
Ooh.
So on one of the bodies, you find something of note.
Outstanding.
Please don't be an MX missile.
And it's broken.
We're going to keep it within reason. I know that my co-host Kyle says let the dice tell a story. You guys are not going to find a neutron missile lying around under Disney. I'm sorry, that's not happening.
This dude's gonna find a whoopee cushion, and we're never gonna hear the end of it.
Ever.
Or it's gonna be one of those like nasty smelling things.
Right.
Or a nasty smelling whoopee cushion. That would be even better.
The mummified body of Bogo Jorts. 89. Let's see. What does an 89 entail? Something that I am not going to use.
MX missile.
No. Robotic unit, which sounds interesting, but could also entail like a kilometer-long agribot, which just behind the skeleton you find a 5 kilometer long agribot.
Watering the fields.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so one of the bodies has tattered light blue and gray clothes still on it. It's got the remains of a hat that has a black brim and some kind of a bronze. It's corroded now. Some kind of a bronze shield shaped device in the middle. And on the hip, in a cracked leather holster, you find something that looks kind of weapon-like.
Oh, I'm definitely picking it up. And
All right.
Is the hat wearable?
I mean, I guess it comes down to your own, to your own personal hygiene. But yeah, it's rather.
Stump don't care. Yeah, he's putting on the hat and grabbing the weapon.
Okay. The weapon is actually in remarkably good condition. Can you give me a D10 roll, please, Stump?
Yes, I can. In theory, yes, I can.
And can you do it in the virtual die roller, please?
The virtual die roller would my laptop. It won't. How do I? I would have to use my laptop. Where's the link so I can?
I will put it in the backroom chat.
Okay, I'm on my phone on the chat.
Okay. So there it is. Just to keep things moving along, in this case, I'll go ahead and make the first roll for you, okay?
Okay, thanks.
All right. It's fairly simple. You hold it by the holdy part and you put your finger in that part. So you got that figured out. That's pretty easy. But what do next? Again, it's a pretty intuitive system.
Must be.
It's a point and click interface. And yeah, you figured out that basically as long as you can check it for charge and flip the safety off, you should be able to figure this thing out. But at present, it kind of eludes you. I'm just going to keep rolling until you tell me that you've gotten to the die roller.
Okay, I think I'm here, and I just need to roll one D10, right?
Yes, give me a D10 roll. A 4. Wait, is that a 4?
That's a 1 minus 1 is a 0.
Oh, you have the heightened intellect that lets you do that. So actually, yeah, you would have figured it out a few minutes ago. So you have you have figured it out. It is a stun ray that you have.
Ooh, yeah, baby.
And your stun ray is powered by solar cells, and it gets 10 shots per recharge of its solar cell. And if it hits, the target will be stunned for 20 minutes minus 1 minute for each point of constitution. A very handy device, and you have one. And it has a fully charged cell in it because nobody's used it in almost 200 years. And it is functional, but it kind of takes you a minute. You know, you got to take the battery out, kind of knock some corrosion, pop it back in there, and you've now got a functioning stun ray.
Just as God intended.
You have a couple of the devices, and then there's a round desk in the middle of the room with another one of the devices. What is everyone else doing while he's been doing this?
So there's one of the electronic devices in the center of the other electronic devices, or is it ringed?
It's in the center of the room. The others are not obviously attached to it.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll go to the one in the center of the room and see if I can get it powered on and see what it does.
Alrighty. Wait, let's do this. Okay, it is in pretty rough shape.
Needs some retro bright.
But yeah, you think you can get it working. Yeah, retro bright. Yeah, don't give it to the 8-bit guy. Cybernetic body of David Murray walks in. Yeah, you know, I could make this work properly, but let me just shove a paper clip into it. Sorry, audience, if you get it, you get it. Let me just destroy an ancient piece of powerful technology because I don't want to take the time to do it right. All right, so yeah, you've got this thing. You've got a blank screen. Give me a D10 roll.
All right. It's a 2.
It's a 2. Okay, yeah. You wait. Have you used computer terminals before?
I have, yeah, in the room, in the hospital place.
You're just like clatch, tap it, tap it, tap it.
Okay.
It is the Magic Kingdom personnel login system.
I'm gonna look up Walt Disney. If I can log in, I guess.
Well, I tell you what, we'll use your role there as your login attempt. And yeah, you know, Mickey Mouse, Goofy, Ariel, Seashell Bra. Yeah. Seashell Bra actually is what logs you in.
Of course it is.
Sorry for some of our more sensitive eared listeners. But yeah, there's just lists of people and what they would be doing today, and it's actually got an accurate date listed there, and like every department just has NA underneath it for who's supposed to be doing what.
Well, looks like park's kind of barren these days. Anything you guys want me to look up? I guess it's the personnel system for whatever this park thing we're in.
Can you see if there's a map, perhaps for personnel for this power plant?
I'll look and see if there's a way to tell us who works at the power plant.
How about you memorize the damn thing for the God's sake as well?
Yeah, it's mostly NA, so that's going to be real easy.
Okay, so what is it? What kind of information do you want to try and extract from this thing?
Well, I want to see if first, since it's personnel, I want to see if I can find personnel that are supposed to be in the power plant.
Okay.
And then when I see that, I'm going to see if I could pull up where they're supposed to be, the location of where they're supposed to be.
Okay.
They're somebody.
All right. There's lists of people, and next to their names, when you bring them up, like their names are highlighted red, and there's like absent and just ridiculously long stretches of numbers, days, without excuse.
HR is not going to be happy.
Yeah. All of the names are like that. One of them, strangely enough, is one number off from that. It's like one number less than the rest of those.
Oh, really? I'm going to find out where that person is, if I can.
Okay. That person is Jenkins, Ray, and he works at Commissary Disposal to Power Systems.
He's probably been pickled too.
No, but he might be useful because he has stuff, right? Because he lived more than the others. Okay. I mean, I'll see if we can find out how to get there from where we're at. I don't know.
No,
Does it have his location in there, so I can maybe enter on his location and where the last known location is or whatever?
Well, it doesn't know where his last known location is, but since you guys have found this, and I think because it's getting a little bit on this evening, I will leave you guys with this. I'm going to share a window with you guys. So as you go poking around, you pick up this. See if I can make this work now.
Nice.
Ooh.
Happy.
So you have found a map to the happiest place on Earth, at least the underground tunnels. And what that entails and what you will gain from it, we will find out next week. Thank you all very much to our audience, to our players. We'll be returning to a more regularly scheduled broadcast time next week, guys. We'll do a little preamble ramble. I'll have a little bit more energy next week. Coming off a vacation, it was a little jank, it was a little wonk, it was a little strange. But thank you very much to my players. Thank you to the audience who tuned in tonight to watch some Gamma World being played, and I do greatly appreciate it. All of you being here. And yeah, until next time, please, if you haven't already, please click the subscribe button and click the bell icon for notifications so you can find out when we're going to do this super fun stuff. But until then, as always, of course, the question remains is, have you seen my owl bear? And if you have, please email this station. Peace to you all. Good night. Have you seen my owl bear? Here's to all the weirdos everywhere in the woods and in the air. Have you seen my owl bear? Should I shave off all my hair?
bobs are all around. Some live in tunnels underground. Some are fat, some are rich, some are sleeping in a ditch. Can you ride a crooked horse without a saddle way off course? Naked as a toad, all the way to Smoky Joe's. Have you seen the little creep driving fast in his little green Jeep? He smells like fish and brandy, but his rotten teeth look dandy. Take me to the show, I don't care if fast or slow. From action flicks to dancing dicks, just take me to the show.